Crisis Management. Chapter 1, Emergency Management Theory and Planning. United States, beginning of 19th C, when Congress allocated funds for a disaster. Cold War, civil defense shelters. FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, 1979. Emergency Management. Emergency procedures planned and tested. EOPs, Emergency Operations Plans. Protect the profitability of the enterprise. Improvise and remain flexible. The need to resume normal operations rapidly is as great as the need to control potential damage. Decisions that minimize loss. Define emergency. Establish an organization to perform specific tasks. Establish a method for using available resources and obtaining additional means for moving normal operations into and back out of the emergency mode of operations. Elements of emergency management can be applied to business continuity as well. Mitigation, avoiding or lessening the impact. Seeks to fix the cycle of disaster damage, reconstruction, and repeated damage. Preparedness, plan, organize, equip, train and exercise. Response, short-term, direct efforts, immediate actions, execution of EOP. Recovery, near-term and long-term actions taken to return the organization to a pre-emergency level of operation. Business continuity, private sector version of emergency management. Business impact analysis (BIA). Continuity of operations scope used by federal government. Objectives of emergency management. Minimize the probability of a threat or emergency. Conduct a risk analysis. Mitigate the impact if the event occurs. Recover from emergency and resume normal operations. Types of threats and contingencies. 1. Natural. 2. Human, internal or external. 3. Accidental. Emergency Operations Plans (EOP). Not intended to cover situations addressed in the normal course of needs or types of plans. Separate from the organization's security operations plan. All hazards approach adopted by FEMA. O basic emergency plan. O with functional annexes, i.e. emergency call lists. O and threat specific annexes, i.e. bomb incidents. Standalone plans, for each emergency or contingency. Or a combination of both. Simplest way possible. Dissemination and distribution. Maintain, review and update regularly. Formal audit equals at least annually. Management team must participate in plan preparation, requirements of the organization. Continuing process that is never finished as long as the plan exists. Periodic drills and exercises, unannounced tests. Rehearse as close to actual as safely possible. External agencies should not be contacted unless they are told it's a drill. Priorities. O protect human life. O prevent or minimize injury. O reduce exposure of assets. O optimize loss control. O restore normal operations as quickly as possible. Emergency response systems equals people, equipment, and procedures. Planning assumptions reduce the what-ifs. Emergency management structure. One person designated as the organization's emergency coordinator, i.e., head of security or engineering. Top management must give complete support. Committee of representatives from critical departments. A totally new organization should not be developed to handle emergencies. Designate alternates. Train and test. Incident Command Management. Incident Command System (ICS) expandable structure used as needed. Command, Operations, Planning, Logistics, Finance and Administration. Several staff positions that report directly to Incident Commander. O Public Affairs, Safety and Liaison. In public safety, the IC is usually the highest ranking member of the responding agency. Single Incident Command, one agency. Unified Command, multiple agencies or jurisdictions. All organizations should have an internal incident management system. Crisis Management Team (CMT) provides support to the incident commander who manages the organization's response, i.e., senior management, HR, public affairs, legal, etc. NIMS National Incident Management System (DHS) March 2004 provides a systematic, proactive approach guiding departments and agencies at all levels of government, the private sector, and non-governmental organizations to work seamlessly. National Response Framework details a unified national response. Emergency Operations Centers and Command Posts. EOC Emergency Operations Center. CMC Crisis Management Center. Designate one or more alternate locations. Backup power and potable water, lodging and feeding, if NIC. Communications is one of the most important ingredients in effectively managing an emergency event. O interoperability, ability for different agencies to communicate. O SafeCom, DHS Public Safety Interoperability Initiative. O have FX foreign exchange lines available. Emergency succession lists. Telephone numbers for key personnel. Liaison and coordination. Information should representatives from each agency should visit the facility and be aware of the layout. Mutual aid, assist each other. Government agencies often use interagency support agreements or memoranda of understanding. Public affairs, media relations. Single source in the organization for the orderly release of information. Avoid using the term no comment. Media logistics and an area for media briefings. Family and victim support. FEMA, Red Cross, designated organizational point of contact. Emergency medical services. Ascertain the type of in-house medical services. Medical supplies and training. Consult legal liability, licensing, and certification. Contact local hospitals, ascertain occupancy rates and types of treatment. Triage area for mass casualty treatment. Ingress and egress points for responding medical personnel. Post-incident medical care. Trauma. Security and fire protection. Total self-sufficiency may be required. Fire depth, inspect facility for hazards. Law enforcement, given drawings to show entrances and exits. Identification, i.e., colored armbands. Alert and warning system. Outdoor as well as indoor, individuals might be outside. Tested periodically. Emergency evacuation and shelter in place. Short term equals less than 1 hour. Extended equals more than 1 hour. Use of alternate exits and routes should be practiced regularly. Shelter in place, if evacuation if unfeasible or undesirable. Emergency shutdown and restoration. Assign specific responsibility for equipment down. Plan should give priority to the facility structure after the emergency. Business continuity. A comprehensive managed effort to prioritize key business processes. Identify significant threats to normal operation and plan mitigation. Strategies to ensure effective and efficient organizational response to the challenges that surface during and after a crisis. Organizational resilience, adaptive capacity of an organization in a complex and challenging environment. BC plans and continuity of operations plans should not be part of the organization's emergency operations plan but should be maintained as separate plans. Objective is to resume critical functions as quickly as possible and to restore the business to its pre-emergency condition and location, or to a new location if necessary. Business impact analysis via O identify critical functions. O assess the impact. O determine the other elements of the business on which those critical functions depend. O develop and prioritize recovery strategies. Vital records, those that are necessary to ensure the survival of a business. Arrangements to store vital records must be included in BC and COOP plans. Make arrangement for emergency funds at alternate operating sites.